What's up guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Tyler Von Iyer, and in this video we're going to be starting a new playthrough. So let's go to new game. Going to be maddening, classic, and we'll play offline. So I'm going to be doing a Black Eagles playthrough, but I think I'm going to do it in a way where it's going to be the Silver Snow route, but I'm going to complete both routes. So I'll make a save file at the point where it branches off and then go from there. But that means I'm going to build my team in a way to, spoiler alert, lose Edelgard and Hubert, right? So let's see here. I do think male Byleth is better, but I think I'm going to go with female Byleth on this playthrough. I personally like male Byleth because of the Grappler War Master type build, right? Especially like fist weapons. Also, I don't have, this is a new like save file type, like new Switch, not new, but I haven't beaten Maddening on this Switch, as you could see from before. So we got to unlock the green screen, and I got to do all the side quests for the side story for all the extra classes. So I haven't done that yet. So this playthrough is going to be without those extra classes.
Do not to see.
Also, I haven't played Fire Emblem in a while, so some mistakes are going to be made. Let me rename myself here. It's going to be Aegir. It's always Aegir.
Huh, I shall not. You must possess a
for obvious reasons.
Well. Beneath which moon and on what?
I believe Harpstring Moon is the best. That's like right after the first mission, like when you do the Battle of the Houses or whatever. So then we'll jump into the first mission, the prologue. It's super easy.
Hey, time to wake up.
All right, here we go. This is exciting. I wonder, all right, so I kind of have an idea. I've kind of been thinking about what my team is going to be. And, yeah, so I think it's going to be, I think I'm going to do Swordmaster, Byleth.
Let's take takedown.
And, I think I'm going to make Ferdinand like my main carry.
Ready and willing.
For this. Meaning, like with this game, at least Fire Emblem, I kind of play on like,
stay focused.
How do I say this? My terminology is going to be all jacked up because I haven't played Fire Emblem in a while. But like enemy phase characters I consider to be like the carries, like the strongest characters on the map. And then everyone else is like low investment but high like attack phase, player phase characters, right? So that's kind of how I build my teams. So for example, I'm going to use Byleth as one of my enemy phase characters with Swordmaster. Alright. Ironically, I've never made Byleth a Swordmaster, which is why I want to do it. And then I'm going to make Ferdinand my other player phase or enemy phase character. And that is because of Sword of Void with the dancer class. I'm not gonna be a dancer with him, but he is gonna have Sword of Void on top of his personal skill, and you know, that's gonna make him like an avoid tank. So the reason I'm gonna do that with him is that's kind of like my my fail-safe. Like I'm not gonna get soft locked on this playthrough because he's gonna be able to steamroll anything basically, along with Byleth. So that will kind of like get me through Silver Snow, I'm pretty sure. I just have to take into account that I forget what chapter it is. The chapter with Seteth and Byleth. And you know, make sure I can kind of carry through that. So that's basically how my decisions are going to be being made. I might be able to fit one more enemy phase character. I try to have like 2 main ones and then a third that's less investment that gets pretty strong. So I don't know who that's going to be. On the Edelgard route, it's going to be Edelgard probably. But on the Silver Snow route, I don't know. That's going to be the hard part. Let's heal. And that's kind of like what I use this map for, is to think about my game plan. I mean, I do like make like notes in my phone of like what my team's going to be. Because, you know, I feel like if I don't, I always end up like messing up my builds or something, you know. So I just feel it's a lot more efficient if you have a plan beforehand, like what I'm gonna make each character into. So yeah, so I know for sure Byleth and Ferdinand are gonna be a sword master and a hero. I think is what I'm gonna make Ferdinand into. And that's going to be so he can grow with axes too. Because I've never done a hero either, so that's why. Alright, we're going to take Edelgard here. With this guy.
Well, how was that?
Byleth, like I said, she's going to be a sword master. But she's gonna be a sword master in the class, and then she's gonna use a bow, I think. So she's gonna be like an enemy phase bow character. That's the goal. Is that viable? I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it is. But we'll find out, you know. I might have to end up changing the plan, but I think I'll be fine. What I'm picturing in my head should be fine. I play it safe on this level. These early levels I play it safe on because I find it's better to take your time and actually beat them instead of like trying as fast as you can and failing and then having to do it again. Plus it's been a while since I played, so. Alright, so I guess the tip for this map is where it starts. This is where it kind of starts. Everything else is pretty easy. One, Dimitri can one-shot anybody except Costas, I'm pretty sure. And you're going to want to take the 2 characters that you're not going to use, take their weapons and vulneraries. That's pretty much the strategy to this map. There's nothing really crazy. Other than that, I tried to feed Byleth as much XP as I can in the early game. That's pretty much it.
Hey, you with the blank stare! Out of my way!
All right. Alright. Gerald's gonna kill one. Edelgard's gonna kill one. But we need to get the spear. lance. And take out this guy. Nice. That's actually the reason why I don't feed everything to Edelgard first, because she does more damage than Byleth. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't like crunched the numbers exact, but pretty sure she does. There we go. Alright, trade time. And here we go. Good, level 2.
Another step
HP,
forward.
speed, defense, res. That's good. I'd like to see strength, HP, and speed, but HP and speed's good. Defense is good. Alright, we beat the map.
Hey.
And, well, we'll just end this right here.
The Knights of
Actually,
Pharos are here. We'll cut you down for terrorizing our students.
I'll go all the way to the picking the classes, I guess. We'll see.
Hey,
And if there's, you know, kind of talk about my strategy as we're doing that. Just to kind of like, I don't know, give some substance to this video. Because otherwise it's just, I don't know. Alright, so I kind of gave you my enemy phase character ideas, right? And I'm still thinking about more,
it is.
but
Don't
You have
as
these
far
days,
as
right.
player phase, right?
That isn't.
I know
Garreg Mach.
for
How
sure
about you, kid?
Bernadetta
Are you the
is
kind-
going to be a sniper. And I'm toying around with the fact that I'm going to have Petra be one too.
I appreciate
But
clearly
I might
understood.
change that. And then Caspar is going to be a grappler. I know that for sure. So for sure, Caspar, grappler, Bernadetta, sniper, and Linhart, bishop,
Part 1.
into a holy knight
White
eventually.
Cloud.
Maybe we'll see.
Great Tree Moon. 3 houses.
Yeah. The reason for that is because I'm already thinking about it. Bernadetta, I gotta check her leadership growth, but I think I'm gonna make her a sniper that uses the Indec battalion, which is the Retribution battalion, which I can't go too high investment into that to start using that right when I can get it. I'm pretty sure if I remember right. So we'll see we'll see what happens there. Or if, you know, it goes according to plan. I do remember when I used to play Fire Emblem a lot that I would have to dedicate a character to a skill and leader authority in order to get that Indec battalion as soon as I can. Like, and when I say that, obviously there's characters like Edelgard who can get authority super fast, right? I'm talking about character, like, because I usually put that on a character who's more of like Bernadetta, right? Let's look. Well, let's pick the class first. Oh man, the controls are really difficult. Like, her running around is so clunky. Alright, let's see.
Oh, I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone.
Alright, Bernadetta.
She's Count Varley's only daughter.
Strengths.
I
Okay,
suppose
so
you could
she's
say
neutral
she's a bit
in
eccentric, but
authority.
She seems like a gentle soul. I believe.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to rush authority and foes with her. The only other option is Petra. But it needs to be a ground unit, so it needs to be Caspar,
He's
which
the
he
second
can't
son
because
of
he has a
Count Vergris.
Bane
He has no
in
inheritance in his
authority.
future, which
So
has
it's got to be
perhaps eased
Bernadetta,
over-
I'm pretty sure. It's not going to be Linhart because I'm going to put a different one on him. Ferdinand, no. Ferdinand's going to use an avoid battalion. It could be Hubert. But I'm going to lose Hubert eventually. So it's going to have to be Bernadette. I think that's who I usually choose. Or is Petra?
To the west of Fódlan is an archipelago called
Petra's
Bridget.
neutral too, but
Petra is the granddaughter
she's
of
a
their
very... honestly, Petra is normally my main carry. I usually make her a swordmaster.
Bridget is a vast...
But this time I'm using Ferdinand instead. So Petra's on the table, Bernadetta's on the table. It's probably going to be Bernadetta.
Yes.
I've also done it with Byleth before too, but this Byleth is going to be an enemy phaser, so I don't know if it's going to work with her. We will see.
Well, I guess
But that's kind of
I'm
like my
guessing you
thought
don't know
process.
which-
Like,
have you met the folks from the Golden
I'm going to
Beyond?
give Ferdinand a high avoid battalion, probably also
Right.
Byleth,
Hey,
just to kind of help with enemy phasing, because she's not going to be like a Wrath battalion type build.
please accept. I am delightful. In any
She's
case,
going to
I
be...
hear
I'm
you're
actually going to try
investigating the
a...
different houses here. Did any-
I appreciate
forget the
your
skills. It's the double arrow one. It's basically her battalion vantage, battalion whatever the other one's called.
How are you
You get
enjoying
it
your
from
time at
the
academy thus far?
Cavalier, I forget.
I must note
It
that
makes
I
you
am
hit
personally
twice when you're below
against
50.
entrusting some-
The black...
Anyways,
So you have
here's the
chosen
Black Eagles.
your heart...
They are all.
Brother?
I'm in the.
No.
This.
Oh, Mom, I am.
Alright, so
Let us. In a few.
for
we will be
sure,
Using this battle.
I'm gonna make Hubert...
Wait, so our new professor.
Easy, Cal.
Let's see here. Well, let me start with the characters from Silver Snow, because the lowest investment characters are going to be Hubert and Edelgard. Until I switch to the Crimson Flower or whatever line, and then it'll be different. But, alright. I know for sure Dorothea is going to be an assassin. Now, I don't know if the views of the assassin has changed, but the assassin is one of the best characters in my opinion.
Say,
One of the
while
best
you're-
classes. And I feel like my strategy with the assassin is the best strategy, one of the best strategies in the game.
With each
Like,
new
it
ignorance,
almost is
take
just
care for-
too, like, what do you call it? Let's look up the class, the roster. Alright. We'll leave these two out. Let's go to Dorothea. Dorothea, assassin. She gets Hexblade, which means Swordfair is going to also enhance. You can get Fiendish Blow, so you can build her as a ranged character early on, get Fiendish Blow, morph her into an assassin. And then she gets really fast. And then once you start getting late game and you can't one-shot stuff with Hexblade anymore, that Levin sword starts double hitting because she's been an assassin and a thief for so long. So like, she's a really fast spell damage character. Really good. And what I like to do is I'll take my main carry, like a void tank, which is in this playthrough going to be Ferdinand, right? And so he's in the middle of the shit, right? And he's fighting everything on the enemy phase. And then the player phase happens. And he's got Dorothea next to him. And, there's always an awkward character that you just can't hit. And she's going to be invisible, so she's going to be there to hit those characters. And in fact, I'm going to have 2 stealth characters, assassins, follow around Ferdinand. So one of them is for sure going to be Dorothea. And then I'm contemplating on an assassin Petra. Now what I've done in the past is same concept, but Byleth is also one of the assassins. And then you get that that extra professor bonus. You get that extra that passive ability as the enlighten one that gives damage to your teammates or whatever. I can't remember the name of it, but you know what I'm saying. So she's actually, like, by the book, the best assassin because she also gets wind sweep, which is super good at poking if you need to, and sword fair, you know. So I think she's one of the best assassins. And then Dorothea is going to be a really good one too. You could honestly use any character though. Like, for real. Like, you could even use Linhardt. Give him the magic bow or the Levin sword, and he's going to be able to take out anything. So, I count when it comes to, like, because here's the thing, in my opinion, spellcasters kind of struggle late game because they're slow. You know, she has good range, but only a few spells. They're slow, they're hard to get into position. Assassins fix all that, and then you keep that spell damage. So, yeah, that's kind of my concept there. Alright, so we know Byleth is going to be a sword master. We know Petra is going to be, well, we don't know Petra yet. We know Dorothea is going to be an assassin. That's 2. Sniper for Bernadetta, 3. Caspar, going to be a grappler / war master build. 4. Linhardt is a bishop. Ferdinand, going to be my hero. And then that's 6 characters. So the characters we have undecided are Petra and I guess Hubert and Edelgard, right? So we'll have Hubert. He's gonna be a magic character, something probably maybe a paladin with frozen lance for extra movement. Yeah, I might do paladin, and then Edelgard maybe a wyvern. All right. So that's kind of what's gonna be. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, you didn't put a wyvern on any of the other characters for Byleth, etc. Right? I do kind of view flying characters as a bit overpowered, but I am playing around with the idea of making Petra a wyvern. So that is one of my possibilities, right? So, all right, let's go ahead and grab all these. We're not going to use any of those items, just so you know. We're not going to use, I have a rule on here. I don't use the consumables.
Yes.
It's cheating.
Let me know. I will make.
But I'm not going to
Let me
put
know.
as
I will
many
make- I have a request.
restrictions on myself for this map, for this playthrough. So if I end up needing them, I'll use them. But typically I play through the game without those. And the reason is it's cheating in my opinion. But I am going to get all of them.
Professor,
Like, I'm gonna farm
I've got a
them
small favor to
in
ask.
the greenhouse and everything, just so I can show you that I in fact did not use them. So, is it a perfect system? No, but that's the plan. So, but again, the game gives them to you, so you can technically use them. But I mean, I do think it makes one character just a freaking unit, you know?
My thanks.
So there we go. What did I forget? Oh, I forgot to talk to Edelgard up there.
Professor,
I don't know if I'm gonna. I might get Sylvain. I don't know yet. We'll see.
how's it look?
Okay.
Sylvain is free.
Professor. Some books still. You should take
It
a
might be
look as
worth
if-
it. But I will say I am going to try to get
Okay.
excuse me. I don't know who I'm gonna get yet. I kind of want to get Ingrid. Yeah. We'll see. I think Ingrid would be fun. Flame. Okay, there you are.
Hello there. Well, I call you that. Should the monastery? Might you help me with a favor?
Alright, there we go. Did I mention? Well, no, I didn't, but I do want to mention that I like fishing in Three Houses more than in Engage. By the way, I've never beaten Engage. I kind of stopped playing Fire Emblem like halfway through Engage. I remember why. Is when I started playing Elden Ring. So, yeah, that game kind of took over.
You have helped me
But
so much.
here we are. All right. Let's see here. Edelgard is going to be a low investment. We need to focus on Bernadetta and Dorothea. If I knew I was only going to do Crimson Flower, I would only upgrade
This is
Edelgard
my favorite.
every time.
You've got
So
great taste. I think
not only Edelgard, but Edelgard and someone else here. But we are building this team based on Silver
Nice.
Snow.
I knew I could count on you.
However, we're probably still going to take it and beat Crimson Flower as well. Because you can do both. Alright, so that's kind of the game plan. I'm going to stop the video here because, I want to just, I don't want to make it too long, and I feel like it's a good stopping point. And then the next video will be the next chapter. So that's kind of how I'm going to do this, is chapter by chapter. When it gets to the longer chapters, I'm going to separate the monastery phase and the actual battle phase, right? So keep that in mind. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Tyler Von Iyer, and I'll see you on the next one. Toodaloo.